Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining me today. I want to discuss a concept in Center called ownership. The essence of ownership is taking charge of your choices. I want to tell you about my brother Dave, we call him Duke, who went to school at West Virginia University in the mid-1980s. He went there for a chemical engineering degree, and as he describes it, he finished right near the bottom of his class. So how did he go from being near the bottom of his class, struggling to find a job, to someone who would later go through business school, go through law school, and then become a vice president at his company? And the answer is, Duke made smart choices. Now, what is preventing us from making those smart choices? And a big part of the answer is tyrants. You might be familiar with some of these tyrants. You have the tyrant of stuff. You have a stack of journals 2 feet tall in your office. What do you do with those? The first thing is to remove them all the way out of the office and then choose the 3 or 4 journals that you really want to look at and pull only those back. Take that all out and then put back only what you really need. Another tyrant that you might be familiar with is the tyrant of time. Is every minute of your day accounted for even before it happens? Well, the tyrant of time is probably causing that. Stephen Covey, in his book on the 7 Habits, talks about big rock choices. And he discusses that you make your big choices for the week and you schedule those first thing. You make them almost unmovable. So if you have a choice to do one or 2 things and you fill this slot with 6 hours and this slot with 4 hours, if someone comes in and says, hey, I need to meet with you for 15 minutes during this time, you can say, I'm sorry, I have a very important appointment during that time. You make your big rock choices and you make them somewhat unmovable. I want to get back for a minute to my brother Duke and how he has managed to be successful both at work and at home. First thing he did was he divided himself into 2 people. And he knew he needed to make certain choices if he was going to do well at work and at school. He knew that he needed to spend 2 hours each morning studying business or studying law. Now the other part of him said, I need to make that happen, and he separated those 2. So he worked with coworkers so that the first 2 hours of the day could be open for him to study. And he worked with family, asking them for help to make sure that somebody was with the kids and loving them throughout the day. And what he found was that by systemizing that and doing the same thing over a 5-year stretch, he found that by streamlining 80 or 90% into those systems, that he actually had 10 or 20% of himself left over, and he can give magic moments to his family and to his work, and that's how he's managed to be successful at both. That's the essence of ownership, taking charge of your choices. See you next time.